Happy New Year! It's 2019, Sag. January 2019 reading sitting in front of you. We are going to start out, as always, with the I-ching. You guys have 2 cards from the I-ching. As we know, if you guys have not been with me, I guess you might not know. So the I-ching, the surrender, and the gorgeous native spirit deck are all the general messages, the overall theme, the guidance from your spirit guides. And then we'll move into the work and career finance and the love and romantic relationships. So to start out, number 9 with the I-ching. I'm going to read that to you. Taming power of the small. There is rapid movement in the sky as clouds blow swiftly and change shape, but no rain will fall. In times of chaotic motion, there is no point in striving for completion, though through small actions, subtle persuasion, and observation, circumstances can be prepared for future success. Gentleness will turn to strength in its proper time. In times of chaotic motion, there is no point in striving for completion, as gentleness will turn to strength in the proper time. Divine timing is a real funny thing. Things all of a sudden work out. We find our strength right when we need to. But until then, we can get ready to be ready. We can accept what is with gentleness. As frustrating as it can be, it is what it is. Then we have card 20. Contemplation. On the ground, the air is still, but at a height, the wind blows. Standing upon a tall tower, one feels the purifying force of the wind. From this high place, contemplation brings perspective and clarity. The potential for spiritual power is thus fulfilled. On the ground, in the thick of it, the wind is still. But it's when you step out of that safety zone, that seemingly protective confines of the windbreak, your perspective is expanded. You can see clearly the source, what effects it has. Think about the houses, the farms, the homesteads that are out in the country. They all put a shelter belt or the line of trees surrounding their place. Why? And it's to protect from the wind. The only thing about that is your view of what's going on outside of those trees is blocked. It's kind of like the double-edged sword. It's great to feel that protection, to have that safety net surrounding you. But at the same time, what are we missing out on? What are we not seeing? Next, we have your surrender card. Surrender your desire to control people. Being over-controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. Are you guys trying to be that shelter belt, that security, that safety net? Are you essentially suffocating someone by doing so? This card says you need to back off, because by wanting to protect somebody, to persuade or control their decisions, their movement, their actions, you're sabotaging yourself and your relationships, your success, the love that is offered to you. even when it's done out of an act of love or being thoughtful or caring about the other person. It still has that negative side effect. Then we're going to move into the Native Spirit deck. This continues to be one of my most favorite decks, solely for the imagery. The imagery, I've yet to find anything that is more consuming, more mesmerizing. You guys have two cards, Ancient Forest and Spirit of Fire. With that Ancient Forest card, you see how big those trees are? Because they're ancient, right? They've been there for a long time. And so those roots, they grow deep. And in those roots, just like your roots, there's healing strength. And it's available to you. It's deep within you. That inner strength is found through that same word, contemplation, reflection, meditation, growth and change and surroundings and conquering painful situations. Those all take inner strength, and sometimes we need to heal from those. If you think about those little trees that you see in the Target parking lot, you can't really hang off from them. They're gonna break, right? You can't really expect them to support your weight. And when the wind blows, a lot of them have to have these support systems staked into the ground. Otherwise they'll break. But do you see those support systems staked into the ground in this ancient forest? No, because they've grown and their roots have grown deep. They've broke through barriers. They've created their own path underneath that soil. They knew what it was going to take, where they had to go in order for that tree to be stable and firm, self-sufficient. And when you put all those trees together and a wind comes up, it's the strength of the unity of all those trees, the group, the tribe, and they support one another. With the Spirit of Fire, that card is, when I look at that card, it's just so magnetic because there's that warmth of the fire. There's the yellow, the orange, the red from your chakras. That I am, that firm who I am and how confident I am about that. How fun I can be. How seductive I can be. Knowing my worth. And with that Spirit of Fire, fire represents your life force. Literally, you're a fire sign, Sag. And that spark of life, it's already within you, clearly. Otherwise, you wouldn't be listening to my reading. However, if you guys have ever had a bonfire or had a wood burner, such as myself, sometimes you have to be pretty fucking creative to come up with different ways to keep that fire burning or to even get it started again. Because there's just that little glimmer. You know it's capable. I mean, it's wood. Clearly, it's going to burn. But how the fuck do we get it burning, right? Sometimes in life, we aren't always given the lighter, the torch, the match. Sometimes life says, here's 2 sticks, figure it out. No matter if you were in Girl Scouts or you're the freaking Eagle Boy Scout person, you can rub those 2 sticks together forever in 3 days, and sometimes it just ain't gonna start because you're blocking yourself. Do you see any restrictions in that card? There's no fence, there's no line of trees, there's no wall, stupid wall. No, it's without limitations, and that's why that fire burns. Moving right along, we're gonna go into your work, career, and finance section. So you have this 6 of Swords card. Look at this young lad. He could care less that there are 6 swords in his raft or his boat or whatever you want to call it. He's paying no mind to those 6 swords because he's simply trusting that he's headed in the right direction and he's not going to let any distractions stop him or trip him up or delay. He's not going to let doubt or fear or the what ifs get in his way. He's just going to simply trust that he's headed in the right direction. He can see where he wants to be, and he's going to get there. And you guys have the Two of Cups. Typically, Two of Cups, we think of, love and romantic relationships and soulmate and blah, 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 blah. But this is your work, career, and finance section. So, how do we correlate that? Well, Two of Cups is a 2 card. 2s are always about balance. Cups are typically about emotions, love, and so put that into your work, career, and finance, and let's think about how when we love our work, we love what we do, we're passionate about it, it can be really difficult to find that balance between work and home life. But I'm gonna just cut to the chase with this. If you spend your entire working life putting everything else aside, pushing everyone else away, pushing them to the bottom of the list, not taking a time out for anyone or anything, and you simply work, do you think those people are still going to be around when you're done working? Or do you think they're going to tell you to fuck off kindly, bye Felicia, I'm going to go find somebody who sees my worth, is willing to go have a little fun in life? And so then what? You get to the end of your working career, you retire, and you end up one of those single, kind of awkward and probably crabby single people with a lot of money and nobody to enjoy it with unless you're going to pay someone. And let's be honest, they're always going to tell you everything is great, you're wonderful. But is that really fulfilling? No. You want people around who want to be around, who love you because they know you. They're there because they want to be, because whatever it is within you attracts them, inspires them, empowers them. You're enjoyable to be around. So I think it's pretty important that you find that balance between work and home, work and family. Then we move into your love and romantic relationships. Encouragement. Your love is invaluable to the earth and to those around you, even though you may not always see the positive effect your love has on others. Trust, for it does. Each time you offer love through a loving gesture, thought, or word, you plant a seed of love, and love always generates more love. Trust and continue your loving work. There's not always going to be that instant gratification or reception or receptivity, that thing, that response that ensures that the person appreciates or reciprocates that love that you're giving them. And this is kind of like a karmic lesson for you guys. It's probably one of the most difficult lessons because you have to learn to love yourself and be honest with yourself and know who you are and be confident with who you are. And until you've been willing to do that, you might not understand this karmic lesson, because this is all about, we do not need others to justify the love that we give. We need to trust and stand in our knowing that we have what we have to offer, whatever we're willing to offer, is good enough. It's valuable. It's irreplaceable. And until you are willing to really look at yourself, love yourself, and believe those words, you're going to be constantly looking in all the wrong places for everybody else to tell you how good you are, how great your love is. When in all reality, you simply need to know that, trust that, and not waver. Archangel Gabriel. He is the angel of creative endeavors, right? Of communication, fertility. All you little baby makers out there, this is an excellent card for you guys. Whenever you follow your heart with only enthusiasm, optimism, and trust that divine timing is never failing, divine timing is always accurate, you can manifest the most beautiful creations of the world. You can manifest more than you are even able to consciously put together. But it takes that trust. Kind of like the Six of Swords. He doesn't give a shit what's in his way. He trusts that he's going the right way and that he's going to get there. He knows what he wants and he's going after it. Same for this card. Celebration. Let go and have fun, this card says. Can you see this card? Look at her. Dancing, she's throwing around rainbows, all sorts of flowers and butterflies. It's a time to celebrate. Only focus on your abundance, not allowing anything of the lack. You're not going to focus on the past. You're not going to focus on the lost. You're not going to focus on the negative, the what ifs. Look at her. Does she even remotely look like she is allowing any of the negatives in her past or the fears of the future affect her? Hell to the no. She's ready to get this party started. Kind of makes me think of that song, I Want to Dance with Somebody. Like, yeah, guess what? She's ready. She wants to dance with somebody. Are you going to be there to dance with her, or are you going to be busy at work? I have one last card for you guys, and it is Postcards from Spirit. The one that came out for you guys says, Dearest you, over here there is no mystery for us to unravel, as we know intimately how connected we all are, how the web of creation works, and how spirit is in every aspect of life, from the invisible to the visible. But it's impossible for humans to comprehend the complexity of how things actually work, because the most important threads in the tapestry don't make sense in the dimension that you live in. That said, can you feel the importance of these currents of energy that bring events together in the miraculous ways they do? You can't understand with your mind, but you can know with your heart and your soul. Trust that even though you don't know the how, the what, or the why, we do. Surrender to the mystery. Have faith that the unseen world is watching you with loving eyes as Spirit weaves your life's mysterious and beautiful tapestry in glorious Technicolor. Loving you so much, as always. Such a strong message to wrap up your reading. Surrender. Let life be a mystery and trust that you are exactly where you need to be, going in the direction that you're meant to, that your heart will guide you, your gut, your instinct, your intuition. You have to trust that. Otherwise, we just keep going in circles, and in those circles are pain and misery and loss and lack. I apologize for my phone. I typically put it on silence. However, I forgot. Thank you guys so much. Over 2,500 subscribers. Fucking amazing. And such great things. So many great things happening. You guys will definitely hear from me on a more frequent basis this year. I have some pretty amazing goals and plans for the good old NLA Intuitive Awakenings. I love you guys, and I hope that you have the love and the trust and the support and the strength within you to live the most wonderful 2019. We shall chat again. Until then, much love. Bye-bye.